Hi, I'm Andrew and welcome back to Taekwondo Step by Step. This is the place where you learn all about Taekwondo. And the man who's going to teach it to us is here, Master Lee Hyun. Now, up until now we've been learning about the fist, haven't we? Can you just tell us again the different ways we use our fist?
Yes, yesterday you learned about medjumok that is usually used in hitting. You can use it to hit the targets like the head and the forearms. To make it, you open your hand and fold your fingers halfway like this, with an interior angle of 160 degrees. The important thing about this jumok is that you have to tightly push the second joint of the forefinger with a thumb, very tightly. This jumok is used in hitting the area between the eyes or the windpipe. And then we made a jumok with a middle finger protruding, which is called 밤주먹. This jumok can be identified by its sharp protruding part. This jumok is more damaging than others because the protruding part acts as a gimlet on the targeted areas, like the temple, throat, and side. And the last thing we talked about was the 집게 jumok. The area around second joints of the middle finger, the ring finger, and the little fingers are used in attacking, and the pincher created by the thumb and the forefinger is used to tear the target off.
Now, but we've just been with the punching. We've usually learned just a straight punch. Are there any different ways that we can punch?
That's a good question. There certainly are some variations in fist punching. You just asked an excellent question. Stand straight. Stand straight facing me. You learned to punch like this, right? Also, you can punch with your jumok in an upright position. Or you can hit the body with an upward motion between short distances. Thus, you can either punch inside out, upright, or upward.
Right. Okay, so that's all about the fist. Now, how about the hand? Can you teach us something about the hand?
Yes, 손 or a hand refers to the state where the fingers are folded, no more than halfway. Thus, you shouldn't clench your fingers like this, like you do when you make a jumok. 손날 or the hand blade is made by sticking the fingers, except for the thumb, together and folding only the last joints of those fingers. The thumb is placed onto the outside of the forefinger and is supposed to be pushed in forcefully toward the outside. Then the area between the joint of a little finger and the wrist are called 손날, and it is usually used for blocking fists and hitting. Like before, this one also has to make a line between the 등주먹 and the forearm. If your hand bends in any way, you can't exert a lot of force. Now let's watch the demonstrations. This is called 손날 막기, or a hand blocking. The next one is the hitting of an opponent's neck inward using 손날. Chigi means hitting in Korean, and you have to hit from outside inward to the neck. You can also hit with the palm facing down as well as facing up like the previous example.
Okay, now the last one they did was it was a neck strike, but what part of the neck are we supposed to hit?
That's another good question, Andrew. The reason why we attack the neck area with 손날 is because an artery is flowing around that area. So with 손날, we attack to stop the artery from flowing.
Okay, so what's the next thing you're going to teach us?
Okay, so 손날 is this area, right? Now then, let me explain to you about the 손날 등. You may think that you use the thumb to attack, but in 손날 등, you push the thumb in tightly and line up the first joint with the forefinger. So the first joint is what you use to attack. When you can't attack with 손날, you use 손날등 instead, like this. Now let's watch how one can use 손날등 to hit the temple. It is usually used on areas where 손날 can't be used. Next, 손날등 targets an area like the sternum where 손날 can be used.
Oh, that'd definitely take my breath away. But now, what's the next one you're going to teach us?
Now, 손등, which means the back of a hand in Korean, you may think that we don't use the back of our hand at all, but in Taekwondo, we use it. When using 손등, you shouldn't try to create a form or to exert a lot of force. Do it lightly. How do you feel about getting hit this way? It won't do major damage, but it is useful as an emergency measure. You have to hit as if you're bouncing a ball, very lightly. Now let's watch how it's done. One can hit the cheek of an opponent with the 손등, like this.
Today's point. Today we learnt about the 손날. Let's just practice now the 주먹 and the 손날 as we look at it from different angles. Oh, well, somebody's definitely going to have a sore head tonight anyway. But thank you again, Master Lee, for teaching us. Well, today was another exciting day learning Taekwondo. Don't forget to watch us again tomorrow on Taekwondo Step by Step for more action.